What happens when Guillermo del Toro finally opens the book on Justice League Dark? Comedians keep migrating into horror, and grief becomes the next great monster in genre cinema. This is The Final Cut, your daily pulse in horror. I'm Travis. Before we get into today's stories, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors keeping HMU moving this week. Over at Fanatical, you can grab Resident Evil 4 on Steam for 66% off, bringing it under $15. And Monster Hunter Wilds is currently 53% off on Steam. Meanwhile, at Grove, reminders as we head deeper into December, the Dead Zone Limited Edition 4K Steelbook drops February 17th. And Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is now available for pre-order in DVD, Blu-ray, digital, and 4K Ultra HD. You'll find direct links in our articles and across our social feeds at Horror Movies Uncut. All right, let's get into today's show. All right, first up, Guillermo del Toro is still very much in love with the Justice League Dark movie that never happened, and now we finally know why. Appearing on the Happy Sad Confused podcast, Del Toro revealed that his version of Justice League Dark would have centered John Constantine as the emotional and narrative lead, anchoring a horror-leaning ensemble that included Swamp Thing, Zatanna, and Deadman. Swamp Thing in particular would have had a strong character arc tied directly into the Floronic Man, while the team would ultimately find themselves traveling to Gotham, asking Batman to borrow a plane, a moment Del Toro once loved and now views with a bit more distance. Perhaps most fascinating, Del Toro wanted Doug Jones as Deadman, crafting a physically demanding role but built around possession, body-to-body transitions, and even an extended chase sequence involving one elderly woman. Despite no current talks with James Gunn's DC leadership, Del Toro says the screenplay is still there and he remains deeply proud of it. Animated or live action, he hasn't ruled out a future resurrection. My question for you guys is, if Justice League Dark ever happens, should it stay animated or finally get the live action horror treatment? Let us know your answers in the comments ahead. Next up, another comedian is stepping into the director's chair and straight into horror. Kumail Nanjiani has confirmed that his directorial debut will be the genre film Howl after reading a script that immediately clicked with him tonally and visually. Nanjiani says he wasn't actively chasing horror, but once he read Howl, he knew exactly how it should feel, look, and move. He credits the growing wave of comedians turned horror filmmakers, Jordan Peele, Zach Cregger, Josh Rubin, with making that leap feel possible. Production is expected to begin next year under Wintercoat Films, the company Nanjiani launched with Emily V. Gordon and producer Danny Malia. And yes, he's still very aware of horror fans and they'll be watching very closely. My question for you guys is, why do you think comedy backgrounds keep producing some of horror's most interesting new voices? Let us know what those answers would be in the comments ahead. And finally, a new grief-driven horror project is now filming in Florida, and it's bringing serious genre credibility with it. The Last Time stars Chandler Riggs alongside Jake Satow and Casper Van Dien, with legendary creature designer Neville Page crafting its central monster. The story revolves around a cursed hourglass that allows users to return to the last moment they saw someone alive. But each use feeds a predatory entity that thrives on grief, memory, and regret. Neville Page describes the creature as emerging from both emotion and mythology, calling this one one of the most personally invested projects of his career. Director Shane Brady and producer Personiphone Hawkins framed the film as an intimate, mythic exploration of loss, one where memory itself becomes the trap. My question for you guys is grief becoming the most powerful monster in modern horror? Let us know your answers in the comments ahead. Today's take. Horror is continuing to stretch in every direction, from unrealized studio epics to deeply personal indie mythology. Whether it's Del Toro's Lost Dreams, comedians finding darkness, or grief becoming literal monsters, the genre keeps evolving without losing its emotional core. Which story fascinated you the most today? Justice League Dark Revelations, Kumail Nanjiani directing horror, The Last Time and its creature design? If you guys got breaking horror news or story we should be tracking, DM us at HMU. Your tip could be featured on an upcoming episode. That's it for today's The Final Cut, your daily post in horror. New episodes daily on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and anywhere you get your podcasts. For sure, follow us at HMUNCUT. Support us on Patreon. Keep checking Horror Movies Uncut for full coverage, staying updated with the news. Like, subscribe so you never miss a notification. I'll be back tomorrow with more headlines. Until then, you guys know the drill. Keep the lights on.